Transitioning from the military to the civilian workforce can be daunting. But with all the resources available these days, it's never been a better time for vets to find jobs and, more importantly, a career. Hi, I'm Monta Williams, and today on Military Makeover Operation Career, we've got 4 inspirational stories about veterans who found gainful employment after leaving the military. Our first story highlights a leading paper manufacturer, Domtar, that doesn't just actively recruit veterans, they celebrate them as well.
A leading manufacturer of paper products with over 10,000 employees is also a leading employer of veterans as well. The team at Domtar recognizes that veterans acquire many invaluable and transferable skills, like leadership, problem solving, and teamwork during their time in the military, which is why they're committed to helping veterans transition from the military to the paper products industry.
I'm the president of Domtar's pulp and paper business, which consists of 13 pulp and paper mills. We produce right around 3 million tons of communication paper, office paper, printing and publishing paper. We do this with 7,000 plus employees, many of them veterans. Was always kind of in love with military history, the aura and the mystique of West Point. I fortunately got in, graduated, and then served 5 years with the 3rd Armored Cavalry Regiment. One of the reasons we have so many vets at Domtar is because we do a good job of recognizing the skill sets that a veteran brings, skills that aren't easily apparent onto a standard resume or job application. So Todd Rust, he's a great example of one of the veterans that Domtar has working throughout our business.
My name is Todd Rust. I'm responsible for responding to breakdowns in the mill area. I joined the United States Air Force because I needed a job where I could support my family. I was an F-16 crew chief, did it for 4 years, got out to come back home, started looking for a career. I learned about Domtar through my wife's family. My father-in-law retired from here. I knew what a good place it was to work. I went to them, put in a resume. This is the first company that actually asked about my military experience. They were very interested in what I did for the United States Air Force and wanted me to speak of that more so than my experience in other factors. I feel that veterans bring a whole lot to the table. We learn how to function as a team. We're also very motivated, very disciplined, and very good self-starters. We don't have to be told that we need to get the job done. We just go and do it.
So Dale Hudson served in the Marines, joined Domtar when he was still a young man, and he's been with us 20 plus years. He's now one of our senior maintenance technicians in the mill. Just another example of what companies can get when they hire veterans.
My name is Dale Hudson. I'm the electrical and instrumentation superintendent here at Domtar. Within my group, there's 3 electrical shops, one for each main area of the mill. Primarily what we do is we maintain the equipment, make sure that it's in a fully operational condition. We also have people that whenever there is an unexpected downtime that they attempt to fix it as quickly as possible. I was raised here in Kingsport and wanted to get out of this town, so I joined the Marine Corps. I spent 6 years active duty. I was a communication electronics technician. Just didn't seem like my career was going to go in the direction I wanted it to go to. So I came off active duty and came back home. Some of those skills that you gain in the military translate straight into the civilian world, especially somewhere like Domtar where you can take those mechanical or electrical aptitudes and put them to good use maintaining a facility. One of the great things about working for Domtar as a veteran is their culture of caring about the well-being of the community, how we're doing in our careers. Today, one of the examples of that is they held a Veterans Day luncheon. The leadership group of the facility served lunch to all the veterans of the mill.
I think any veteran should want to work for Domtar, simply because we look at their military service as another form of a college degree. We value the life skills, the life experiences, and the skill set that they have built through their military service.
For more information about Domtar and their commitment to hiring vets, check out their website at domtar.com.
Ford, one of the most recognizable brands in the automotive industry, is also a leader when it comes to helping vets find new careers. But more than just recruitment, they also have programs that help vets transition back to civilian life by providing scholarships and initiatives for disabled veterans.
The only thing you can give a man without hurting him is an opportunity. At Ford Motor Company, providing opportunities to its huge and diverse workforce has been a core value for over 100 years, making Ford one of the largest and most successful corporations the world over. But its colossal size does not outshadow an outsized commitment to social responsibility.
It's important for us at Ford that we're out there in the community and that we're giving back. We've had 100 years of success as a great automaker and a great company, and I think we realize that it's our position to kind of help get out there in the marketplace and give back and help the communities where we and our dealers do business. So we do things with a platform we call Warriors in Pink, which is our dedicated network to work on breast cancer awareness. We work with schools around the country. So I would say it's a really specific thing for Ford that we're active with our corporate social responsibility efforts.
Working for Ford has been a turning point in my life. Other than when I served in the military, this opportunity of working at Ford, I really feel like I'm doing something that contributes to people's well-being. I'm Miles Woodard. I work in competitive intelligence. I keep track of the products our competitors are putting out in the future.
Without question, I know that Ford's got my back. They have a very good set of guidelines, expectations, work-life balance. It is a very comforting thing to have. My name's Matthew Preston. I design the internal components that make up an automatic transmission. What I work on at Ford Motor Company, I have pride on, right? I can't do a good job if I don't have pride.
You know, culture is really important here at Ford, and so something like the Veteran Networks Group is something that really helps talk to those people that come into the company, whether it's day-to-day matters or overarching issues with career. It's a really important network to have out there.
So I'm a commander in the Navy Reserve, and I served on active duty aboard submarines, aboard ballistic missile submarine for 3 years. So my military experience made me the person I am today for a lot of reasons. When I left active duty, came back here and started working at Ford. I was very impressed when I got here with the feel of family. You get to know your managers, they get to know you. Then I knew a couple of people, they said, oh, you have to get involved in the Veterans Networking Group.
The greatest resource we have, I think, as a veteran is our Veterans Network Group. It is literally a group of people who get what you go through. It's hard to replace that. Within the National Guard, I have deployed twice within my career, and the first was in 2004. I left for Kirkuk, Iraq, and that was to support Operation Iraqi Freedom. The balance between military, Ford, and my family, as I've said, is tough. It takes a really strong family member, both wife and kids, and you might not be there for some really important things, and try not to get too down on that one. So working for Ford Motor Company at the same time working as an enlisted member of the Air National Guard is that they give you that opportunity. They deeply understand the commitment that I've made to the American Armed Forces.
I always feel like I belong in a spot that I'm doing something that betters other people, and I feel like I'm doing that at Ford.
When I meet people who are looking to transition to the next phase of their life from the military, I clearly tell them they have a family waiting for them at Ford Motor Company.
Estes Express, a fourth-generation owned trucking company, has a long and rich history of military service. Family members, as well as many of their employees, have proudly served in the United States Armed Forces.
A leader of America's transportation industry is looking for a few good vets. Estes Express Lines, a fourth-generation family-owned and operated business with a long history of service to the military, has been delivering freight for nearly 90 years. The team at Estes knows that talented drivers and mechanics are a valued resource. Many of the most qualified candidates, already familiar with key company values such as dedication, service, and leadership, are the men and women who've served in the United States Armed Forces. That's why companies like Estes have made it their mission to help veterans transition from military service into the field of transportation.
My name is Billy Hupp. I'm the COO and Executive Vice President of Estes Express Lines. The company was founded in 1931 by W.W. Estes, who happens to be my grandfather. And so we have third generation running the company now, and we have fourth generation coming along that are heavily involved in the management as well. I am a veteran. I was a second lieutenant in the Army. My brother also did the same thing. Our dad was a POW in World War II, and our uncle was actually wounded in Normandy on D-Day. And then my grandfather was in World War I, so we've had a long history with military service. We've tried to create a company environment that supports service to country. We do make it part of our strategy to hire veterans for several reasons. One is because they've become really great employees. Fernando is a good example. He's working himself through our system.
My name is Fernando Alvarez. I'm the District Operations Manager at Estes Express Lines. I oversee the daily operations. Well, what we do at a terminal like this is we cross-dock a lot of shipments, either locally or going cross-country. It entails picking up shipments, bringing them to our docks 24 hours a day, almost 7 days a week, running cross-country or as close as 25, 30 miles away. Well, I enlisted in the Army when I was 17, right out of high school. My job in the military was a chemical operations specialist, but it did give me a lot of opportunity to work with leaders beyond my peers. My career path started at part-time on the dock with Estes. Within 6 months, I was transitioning to a full-time position they had available. And from there, everything just started to open up. The career path just shined its light.
Hello.
Mariano is another former vet who's found a home and success at Estes.
My name is Mariano Ortiz. I am a driver for Estes. I joined the United States Marine Corps back in 2008. I did infantry. I deployed to Afghanistan, Cuba, Spain, Bahrain, Israel. I've been all over everywhere, and pretty good experience in all that, you know, how to move fast, how to move efficiently, and how to get the job done. The transition from the military to becoming a truck driver was kind of rough. I couldn't really find a good stable job at the time. And a driver came up to me and told me to get my license and he'll help me get a job. So I ended up getting my license, and once I heard about Estes through a mutual friend, it was a good company to start working for. They take care of you pretty much like the way the Marines do, like the brotherhood and all, we take care of each other.
My name is Josh. I'm a local P&D driver for Estes Express Lines. My job is to make sure the equipment is good to go. I do pre-trips before I start my shift, deliver freight to various customers. I enlisted in the Army National Guard in 2009. What motivated me was all my family members are prior service. My grandfather went to World War II. My uncle was a Marine. My aunts are in the Air Force. So, you know, I just wanted to continue the tradition of military in the family. I went to Afghanistan in 2013 to 14. I conducted route clearance patrols looking for IEDs, and then came back. At Estes Express, I found out that they were actively recruiting veterans and giving them opportunities to grow with the company.
Like many vets, the team at Estes Express likes to visit local memorials to both reflect on their time in the military and to pay homage to fallen comrades.
When I come to a place like this and I look at the number of lost lives, it's very humbling, very amazing, and you look at the sacrifice that people made for this country. What can we do to help pay back? We can support our veterans the best way we know how.
I've seen a lot of things that not normal people will see, but I had good buddies, and we all fought through it, and we all were strong. Came back with a sense of pride and honor.
So recruitment is really critical to our success as a company. We're looking for the people that fit our culture and really want a place to not only work, but develop a career. The military brings the type of person that really adjusts to our strategy and our processes very well, and they just seem to thrive in our environment.
For more information about Estes Express Lines, please check out their website at estes-express.com.
A global leader in everyday apparel, Hanes Brands values the diversity of its workforce and is unparalleled in their commitment to recruiting veterans and reservists into their family of brands.
I was initially drawn to the military from a pretty young age. I come from a long tradition of military service in my family, so I always felt like it was in my DNA, really, from a pretty young age. And as I grew up, I just continued to become more interested and fascinated with the idea of service and giving back and doing what I saw was my part to defend and protect the nation that I've come to love over time. But I also just had this interest in seeing what else the world had to offer. And so when I started thinking about what could my career look like outside the military.
Hanes Brands is a global Fortune 500 company. We are in 43 countries. We are 70,000 employees strong. My role and responsibility is to continue to look for ways that we can engage and recruit new talent for the company. We have been very successful at recruiting veterans. They bring a lot of those core competencies that we value.
You know, I think the veterans bring a lot to the business because of their military background. They're so diverse, you know, they're very flexible, and they're very loyal.
Yeah, I was able to really carry over a lot of what I learned in the military, and Hanes recognized that.
So we're always wanting to increase the number of veterans that we have currently. We have an affinity veteran networking group here that we really leverage. We put them in touch with future potential candidates to help us grow our veteran community.
When I was talking with folks at Hanes Brands within my initial interview, they really spoke to that opportunity within the company. They wanted people to develop in that way as leaders, and the only way a brand can grow over time is if it's built on a really strong core, a really strong foundation. Finding a company that really believes so firmly in a set of core values in the same way was something that was really important to me.
Hanes Brands really challenged me. They give me great opportunities and put me in a lot of good positions to grow with the company.
You don't have to have an apparel background to join an apparel company. So Hanes has really given me an opportunity to open doors for me, and I just know the sky's the limit. You will find out that we are a veteran-friendly family company, and you would enjoy working here.
We can teach you marketing, we can teach you information technology, we can teach you a lot about the position that we're hiring you for, but what we can't teach is the skills that you've already learned and have been developed by the military. That's what we're looking for.
So if you're looking and you're getting ready to get out of the service, this is definitely a company that I think you should check out, come look to work for.
Transitioning from the military can be challenging, but it's nice to know that there are more and more companies out there that recognize that vets have a lot to offer because they're disciplined, they're goal-oriented, and they know how to get the job done. I'm Montel Williams. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Military Makeover Operation Career. We'll see you next time.